Let me just catch up on chat. There's totally AI slop out there, but if you're taking the time and testing it and checking performance, it can be a really good tool. Yes, I agree with that. That is true. And yes, you can do that. You can still end up with a working product on the outside, on the outset of your project. But should you be allowed to charge? Should you be allowed to sell that product on the open market? And in my opinion, no.
What you just saw was SRT Bull explaining his opinion on AI-generated Rust plugins. He agrees that AI can produce a working plugin, a plugin that has been tested, a plugin whose performance has been checked. But he still believes the person who created it should not be allowed to sell it. And that is where I have a problem with his argument, because this is not simply a discussion about stolen code or broken plugins. It is a discussion about who is allowed to compete.
They're buying these plugins from these platforms, running it through ChatGPT or Cursor or whatever, and making a couple of tweaks here and there and changing the name of the developer to themselves and then re-uploading it somewhere else and selling it.
I agree with him on the obvious part. Buying somebody else's paid plugin, changing it with AI, removing the developer's name, and reselling it is theft. Uploading something barely tested and disappearing when customers need support is also irresponsible. But those things are already wrong. Stolen code is wrong with or without AI. Broken software is bad whether it was written manually or generated. The real question is, what happens when the idea is original, the plugin works, and the seller supports it? Should it still have to be free because AI helped write the code?
Okay, I think charging for AI products is fine if you're willing to maintain it and guarantee it, label it as AI made. No, I disagree with you. I'm sorry, but I do. That's why I'm saying that I know that this is an unpopular opinion, and I know I'm going to get some flack for this. I understand that, but I cannot agree with that statement. Even if you're maintaining it and keeping it working, it's still AI that's maintaining it. You're not actually injecting your own fixes or your own improvements or your own performance additions. You're not doing any of that stuff. All you're doing is putting it into a chat bot and saying, this is the error that I'm getting, can you fix it? And we've all done it, but we can't charge for that.
The viewer proposes maintenance, disclosure, and informed customers, and the answer is still no. At that point, this is no longer quality control. The objection is AI itself.
I'm a little bit surprised that I don't have more developers in here backing me up with what I'm saying, because I'm saying this to protect them. I'm expressing my opinion on this topic to protect the developers industry or whatever, because I can see in not very long, like, I don't want their jobs to go away. I don't want to have to go to ChatGPT when I want a new plugin. I want a person that I can go to and be like, hey, can we work on this? Can we build this?
Then he states the underlying concern directly. He wants to protect existing developers and their jobs. That fear is understandable. AI will create more competition, but protecting a profession from competition is not the same as protecting customers. A fair standard asks, was it stolen? Does it work? Was it tested? Is it supported? Is the seller honest?
But yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna, obviously I've partnered with Game for Freaks to basically promote the hell out of his plugins, because damn, are they good. I can't wait to show you guys. I can't wait.
Now, about Game for Freak. This is not an attack on Game for Freak or the developer behind it. The store lists more than 200 Rust resources, and the production rate is extraordinary. Given that output, I am not convinced AI plays no role. I cannot prove it, and honestly, I do not care. I bought raidable boats because I liked the idea. I wanted it on my server. It worked. I never asked how every line was written. That is how customers judge software.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, you guys know, you know what's out there for AI slop. Like, I'm out here right now creating images for my kits that are 100% AI generated. Like, yeah, I might go back and forth on it 5 or 6 times before I get the final product, but like, I didn't open a single editing program to make any changes to these kits. Real superhero or real Oh yeah, real superhero. Yes, I do charge for the kits, but I'm not charging for the icons that I'm using on the kits. So
Near the end, SRT explains that his kit icons are completely AI generated. A viewer points out that the kits themselves are paid. His defense is that the icon is only one component of the complete product. Exactly, but who gets to decide which AI generated components are acceptable inside a paid product? PrimalRaidEngine contains nearly 40,000 lines of code. AI may have written much of that code, but AI did not independently create the plugin. It did not invent the complete raid experience, operate my live server, watch the raids, recognize when the gameplay was failing, or spend countless hours testing and correcting the result. I did. The code may have been generated by AI. The product was not. So why is an AI-generated icon allowed inside his paid product, while AI-generated code supposedly makes my entire product worthless? That is not a consistent standard. That is one person deciding which uses of AI count, and which creators are allowed to charge. So here is the standard I care about. Reject stolen code. Reject dishonest sellers. Reject broken and unsupported plugins. But judge an original working product by what it does and whether the seller stands behind it, not by whether AI helped build it. AI is not removing creativity from Rust modding. It is removing the gate that decided whose creativity could become a real product. And yes, this video was created with a lot of AI tools.